So it looks like the Flash's marketing is paying off. After being stuck in development hell for about 2 years thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic, it seems like Warner Brothers is finally going to turn up a profit with this movie and we can all rejoice. Michael Keaton is reprising his role as Batman and at the age of 70 is still looking pretty good in the suit. Ben Affleck is delivering one final performance on his take of the character. Sasha Kaye looks great as Supergirl. This film looks like it's gonna be a fun time. There's just one teeny tiny little problem.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Ezra Miller. So, as many of you already know, Ezra in the last year has committed an insane list of crimes: to burglary, physical assault, threatening a child with a gun, and grooming a minor, all of which has happened within the span of a couple of months. And if you go back a decade further, they seem to have had a history of other incidents too, such as drug possession and disorderly conduct. This all happened before we even got to see a proper trailer for The Flash. With all that being said, I was thinking his career was fucking cooked and that Warner Brothers may have to consider dumping the movie or alternatively do reshoots with a different actor. Neither of those things has happened and the film is going to be dropping this summer. Ezra Miller still pretty much has a career and Warner Brothers seems to have plans to keep working with them. Much to my unfortunate dismay. Seriously, they didn't even get so much as a slap on the wrist. So let's talk about another controversial actor, Jonathan Majors. This man was granted a golden opportunity by Marvel Studios to play Kang the Conqueror, the main antagonist of the MCU following Thanos. I was first exposed to Majors with the HBO series Lovecraft Country. I do have mixed feelings about that show, but he was still genuinely great in it. Since then, he's been showing up in a lot of different projects, most notably as the character of Damian Anderson in Creed 3, as well as appearing in men's fitness magazines. Guys like me loved his acting chops and women were simping for him in his washboard abs. Michael B. Jordan, who co-starred with him, even stated that he had a great relationship with Majors and wanted to continue working with him in future films in a manner similar to Robert De Niro and Al Pacino have in the past. When I heard that, I was thinking, hell yeah! This man is an incredible actor, and everything I've seen him in has been great. Hell, I think he killed it in Ant-Man Quantumania, so he was still the best thing in an otherwise terrible movie. It seemed like he was on his way to becoming Hollywood's next big megastar, and all of us were rooting for him. Then the assault allegations came out. Obviously, this news was very depressing for a lot of us. Hell, currently some of us are still praying that the allegations are untrue, but unfortunately there seems to be more than enough accounts of his past abuse from people who's worked with him before. Jonathan's lawyer tried releasing a private text between him and his partner to try and offset the bad publicity, but that only seemed to have made things even worse. Also, his PR agency seems to have quickly dropped him almost immediately in spite of the fact that he's potentially still worth a lot of money. Seriously, it's like they didn't give a fuck and just wanted to drop his ass as quickly as possible. I have also been hearing stories that more women have been coming out about his abusive behavior. Basically, shit is not looking good for Majors right now. Marvel Studios hasn't made a statement on what they'll do regarding this situation, but it seems likely that they are going to find another actor to take his place as Kang. He has been losing other roles for future projects since this story has broken out. So yeah, you've obviously noticed the extreme parallels between these two actors. How the hell has Ezra Miller, who was a literal criminal, gone completely unscathed from all the shit they've done while Jonathan Majors' career seems to be in jeopardy for this one particular incident? It's obvious. It's because Ezra is white. They can afford to get away with doing stupid shit like this and still keep a reputation. Black actors, on the other hand, like Majors, however, don't have the same luxury, and it's just always been that way. To further prove my point, I'm going to have to talk about another black actor who suffered from doing something far less serious. Will Smith. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the infamous slap at the Oscars. Look, I prefer not to talk about it, but I can't think of a better example than this. As we all remember, Chris Rock, who was hosting the show at the time, made a crude G.I. Jane joke directed towards Jada Pinkett Smith, obviously making fun of her hair loss from the effects of alopecia areata. Will took offense, got up from his seat, slapped the shit out of him, and cussed him out. Afterwards, several people in the entertainment industry took massive offense to this incident and proceeded to demonize Will for his unprofessional behavior. Some still do to this day. Jada has even gone on record saying she did not appreciate her husband's actions and thought the incident was embarrassing. Obviously, he didn't go unpunished, and the Academy decided to make an example of him. Now, I was thinking they were going to ban him for about a couple of years, but nah, they straight up banned him for an entire decade. Since then, Will has been extremely regretful and has gone on the saddest apology tour of his life in an attempt to win back the goodwill he lost from that night. He even went as far as to star in a slave movie, which is obviously the Oscars' favorite genre of black entertainment. What did I think of the slap? Well, personally, I thought the slap was the most interesting thing to happen at the Oscars in years. Seriously, it was unexpected and funny as hell. And the memes that spawned from it were fucking elite.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Wow, dude!
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to. Okay.
But yeah, Will has been trying his hardest to win back the Academy's respect. The last time I saw him was on The Daily Show addressing the incident, and he seemed so tearfully apologetic. This pretty much tells me that deep down, he's a really good guy. But so far, the industry has responded by clowning on him and not even humoring the idea of welcoming him back to the Oscars. I honestly feel pretty bad for the guy.
In his first major TV interview, a tearful Will Smith reveals what led to that notorious Oscar slap.
It was a lot of things. It was the little boy that watched his father beat up his mother. That was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time. But at the end of the day, I lost it.
He's also sharing a personal story, how his young nephew stayed up late to watch the Oscars.
My nephew, Dom, is 9. And he is the sweetest little boy. He's like, you know, we came home and it's like he had stayed up late to see his Uncle Will. And he's just like, why did you hit that man, Uncle Will? You know, damn it. Why are you trying to Oprah me?
Smith appeared on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah to promote his film Emancipation, his first movie since the Oscars fiasco. The film is based on the true story of an escaped slave whose photo of his horribly scarred back revealed the horrific whippings he endured. The film recreates the shocking image. Smith says he understands the movie may face an uphill battle at the box office, but he hopes, for the sake of the cast and crew, people will watch the film.
These top artists in the world have done some of the best work of their career. Yeah. And the idea that they might be denied because of me is like, oh.
In the past year, many people on social media have drawn a lot of comparisons between Will Smith and Ezra's situations being part of this insane double standard. Like, it's clear which of these two individuals is worse than the other, but the one you'd think would get punished is practically walking away scot-free. The fact The Flash is still being released in theaters means Ezra is essentially getting rewarded for being a piece of shit. Some in the entertainment industry, particularly Steven Weintraub, have even downplayed their past actions and gave The Flash a glowing review after watching an early screening. Yeah, like grooming a 12-year-old girl is somehow not that big of a deal. Dude sure had a lot to say about Will Smith, though. The point is this. There is an obvious racial double standard in Hollywood when it comes to people of color. I think for decades we've obviously known this, but seeing these events unfold in the past year alone has just made that fact all the more frustrating and depressing. I should mention one of the few actresses to call out WB on their bullshit was Issa Rae of Insecure fame. She was not afraid to tell the world the truth, and guess what? People still had the gall to shame her for making that statement. Fucking disgraceful. Furthermore, the Academy has proven to me that they still haven't done much when it comes to representing actors of color. In total, there are 22 black actors who have previously won gold at the event, but only one of them have won multiple Oscars, and that's Denzel Washington. That's insane to me because you'd think there'd be more. When it comes to representing Asian and Latino actors, the Academy has been doing a pretty good job. But Black, Brown, Afro-Latino, and especially Indigenous actors, they can give less of a fuck. I bet if it were up to them, they'd most likely would prefer it if they didn't have to nominate them at all. I mean, they did exactly that in 2016, and we all rightfully shamed them for being so blatantly racist. Kind of ironic that the tune has changed years later, and somehow the entertainment industry is still pretending the Oscars is some sacred award show. It really fucking isn't. So back to Majors. At the time of this video, a recent development has happened that may absolve him from this recent predicament with video evidence. So there is a slight chance he might be able to clear himself of this one incident and stay in Hollywood's good graces for a little while longer. Concerning other allegations from other women who also claim that they were physically assaulted by him, I can't really say. That's another can of worms he's gonna have to deal with himself. And as much as I respect him as an actor, I am by no means saying he doesn't deserve whatever punishment comes for him in the future. I feel like if people were to go unpunished for doing something horrible, then they'll never learn from their mistakes and strive to be better. I'm just saying, where the fuck was his energy when it came to Ezra Miller, Alec Baldwin, Dana White, Vince McMahon? Look, I get that Warner Brothers really needs to make a profit off this movie and are seriously desperate considering they can't afford more box office bombs. At the very least, why not just release the movie and then cut all ties with Ezra after they get their money back? I mean, it's not an ideal solution even for me, but they are seriously considering working with them again in future movies when they haven't proven to be a good person. Plus, I'd imagine other actors would feel really uncomfortable being on the same set as them. My fear is that in the future, Ezra is going to do something so horrible, so morally wrong that is going to come and bite them in the ass. And when shit hits the fan, I'm not going to feel sorry for them because they brought it to themselves. So, I'm obviously not going to watch the movie in theaters. Morally, I just can't watch the film and give it my money. To be honest, I don't feel like I'm going to miss out on much because there's still some good shit dropping in June, so it's not the end of the world for me. I'm honestly going to be fine. Besides The Flash, Blue Beetle's on the horizon. I'm honestly more excited for that movie. I mean, I've always been a fan of the characters, for quite a while. And that new Spider-Man movie looks pretty good. You pretty much get the idea. Guardians Volume 3. I'm going to be good. Okay? I don't really need to watch this movie. So, final thoughts. This is just me shooting the shit. This was originally not the video I had intended to release. This, I was actually working on something else, but some shit happened. Basically, my computer crapped out on me, and I lost all the footage. So I ended up buying a new computer and had to more or less set that one up. It's not even fully paid for. It's a very expensive one. It's very good, though. It's been doing me very well. But I am working on another video, but I just wanted to talk about this particular subject because this has just been so frustrating to watch. Like, it's just a nightmare. It's just been a nightmare, basically. Like, I personally feel like this whole black and white standard in Hollywood, it's so stupid. And honestly, I think Will Smith in particular, they should just forgive him already. Like, what, it's been over a year since that incident and people are still making jokes about it. I don't understand. Like, it's like a dead horse at this point. So I kind of want to end this with a clip from one of my favorite TV shows, Atlanta, from Donald Glover. So in season 3 of Atlanta, there was a theme of inviting very problematic individuals in the black community, who were considered problematic in the black community, and basically, they invited people like Chet Hanks, who was a culture vulture, Kevin Kevin Samuels, who was the king of the Black Manosphere, but my favorite guest on the show was Liam Neeson, who actually was invited to address his his past racism, which he confessed to. He said something in the episode he was featured in that resonated with me so much that I think it just perfectly encapsulated everything I talked about in this video. And that's how I'm just going to end it. So just watch, and, hopefully, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever, and I'll be seeing you next time.
You might have heard or read about my transgression. What I said about what I wanted to do to a black guy, any black guy, when I was a younger man in London. A friend of mine had been raped, and I acted out of anger. I look back now, and it honestly frightens me. I thought people knowing who I once was made clear who I am, who I've become. But with all that being said, I am sorry. I apologize if I hurt people.
Well, between you and me, I still fuck with taking. Shit, man. Look, it's good to know that you don't hate black people now,
What? No. I can't stand a lot of you. Well, now I feel that way. Because you tried to ruin my career. Didn't succeed, mind you. However, I'm sure one day I will get over it. But until then, we are mortal enemies. I'll see you around, big lad.
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah. Hold on. Wait, man. But then you learn that you shouldn't say shit like that?
Aye. But I also learned that the best and worst part about being white is you don't have to learn anything if you don't want to. Take it easy, paper boy.